Coming to the end of my Guns N' Roses album rankings, we have the second of the Use Your Illusion duo, Use Your Illusion 2, which in my opinion is actually a far better album than the first. Now don't get me wrong, I really do like that first album. It has some phenomenal songs. Some of the songs in there are some of the greatest of all time in my opinion. But it also has a lot of songs that are just meh. Use Your Illusion 2 though is not only a more consistent album, but it also has more songs that I listen to on a daily basis. But without further ado, let's get into the ranking. Coming in at number 14 is My World. Coming in at number 13 is Get in the Ring, and coming in at number 12 is Shotgun Blues, and both these songs are really solid, but in the end, fall apart. I'm linking them together because I have the exact same thoughts on them. Like, they both share the exact same thing. When I listen to them, I do like one song slightly more than the other. As I mentioned, I like Shotgun Blues just a tiny bit more, but I feel like they almost overdo themselves in the ending, especially of Get in the Ring is just so crazy and bizarre. Coming in at number 11 is Don't Cry Alternative, and this song probably makes me more mad than any other song on this album because the original Don't Cry is one of my favorite Guns N' Roses songs and probably one of my favorite rock songs ever. I think it's a fantastic song, and I have to give this song credit for obviously having the same instrumental part, and the chorus is great. It's just the lyrics and the verses piss me off so much because we see how great this song could be, and I probably would like it more if that other one didn't exist, but it does, and I do have to factor in that. This one annoys me. Coming in at number 10 is Breakdown, and I don't skip the song when I'm listening to the album all the way through. I don't normally do that, but like if I was listening to the album all the way through, I would not be like, oh, I need to skip this one like I'd feel listening to like the Don't Cry Alternative or My World. I really like this song, I just don't choose to listen to it on my own. That's just kind of how I feel about it. I feel the same way about this one as I do with some of the mid songs on Use Your Illusion 1. They're good enough as you're listening to it all the way through, but I don't really need to listen to it on my own or in a playlist. Coming in at number 9 is Locomotive, or Locomotive in brackets Complicity, whatever you want to call it. And coming in at number 8 is Pretty Tied Up. Again, I don't really have much to say about these songs. I grouped them together just because I don't really have that much to say. I've only listened to them a few times, but when I've listened to the album all the way through, I think they're pretty good songs. They're just quite forgettable in my opinion. Coming in at number 7 is So Fine, with Duff joining Axl in the vocals. That was extremely hard to say if you couldn't already tell. So Fine is a really lovable song. It's one of those, again, that I haven't listened to a lot, but when I listened to it this time, like today I listened to the entire album all the way through just to really finalize my thoughts. When it came on, I was like, yeah, I really enjoy this. I just haven't really listened to it on my own all that much, but it is a really enjoyable song. Coming in at number 6 is Yesterdays. Yesterdays is one of the most catchy Guns N' Roses songs out there. I know for sure the more I listen to this song, the more I'll catch myself singing along to it because it's just like that. You can't listen to the song and not kind of sway back and forth just a little bit. It's a really likable, really catchy rock song. Coming in at number 5 is 14 Years. This is where we get into the songs that I love and consider just phenomenal. I don't think that 14 Years gets the love that it actually deserves. I think it's one of the best songs off this album, and it's always stuck in my head. I always catch myself singing that chorus all the time. It's just a fantastic song. Coming in at number 4 is Estranged, and okay, it may not be the November Rain of Use Your Illusion 2, but Estranged not only has one of my favorite Guns N' Roses videos, it's a phenomenal song. It's an insanely long song, and maybe that's why I haven't listened to it all that much. I've probably listened to it 5 or 6 times, something like that. To all the big Guns N' Roses fans out there who love this song, that may piss you off a lot, but I really love this song. I'm definitely going to be listening to it over and over again. Just everything. Axl here is so good. Slash on his guitar solos. Every single thing, you know. It is a long song, and it may overstay its welcome just a tiny bit, but I really love it. Coming in at number 3 is You Could Be Mine. She's Not My Mother, Todd. I remember my dad talking about this song after I had watched Terminator 2 for the first time, which obviously I was quoting there if you didn't already know, and I love that movie. And I also love this song. It's another one of those rock songs that would be number 1 on almost any other album because it is one of the greatest rock songs of all time. Coming in at number 2 is Knocking on Heaven's Door, which is easily the most popular song on the entire album. Knocking on Heaven's Door deserves every single bit of praise that it receives. From Axl's vocals alone, it makes this song a masterpiece, and I love what the band did. They redid, obviously, the song that was originally, I think, Bob Dylan's, and they made it a million times better. That's just my opinion. I bet a lot of people disagree, but there's a reason why this song is as popular as it is. Coming in at number 1, though, is Civil War. If you asked me a month ago what my favorite song off this album was, I probably would have said Knocking on Heaven's Door, but when really listening to it and almost analyzing the song, this has to be the best one on the album. Guns N' Roses always finds a way to kick off their albums with energy, and here we get, a little bit of quiet guitar, and then just over a minute in, we just get the and it just starts the entire album off. It gives you exactly what you want here. You know what you're in for, and that's the best thing an album opener can do. They threw us a curveball here by actually writing an anti-war song, and one of my favorite lyrics of all time is the closing of this song, "What's so civil about war anyway?" And there you go, that's my ranking of this album. I've finished my Guns N' Roses rankings for now. I don't really need to rank The Spaghetti Incident or Chinese Democracy, because I maybe listened to Chinese Democracy once, probably not all the way through. I don't think I've even listened to The Spaghetti Incident. Some songs off there, sure, but just not all the way through, so I can't rank them. Whereas these albums I've listened to, the User Illusion ones, like 2 or 3 times at least, and then a bunch of these songs on their own a billion times. Appetite is my 3rd favorite album of all time, and GNR Lies is great. Tomorrow I'm going to compare User Illusion 1 and 2, and then next week I'm going to rank all the Guns N' Roses albums, including those 2 that I'm not going to rank the songs off of. If that isn't too complicated, thank you all for watching. Comment your ranking down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.